Yeah, that's a lot of people want to know how the try works, but I could sit here for 2 to 3 hours trying to explain it to you, and the best way you can learn all that is literally getting on the sessions. So tomorrow night we've got Reb over in Australia. He goes on 7:30 our time, UK time, and then you got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sean is on in the morning at 6 a.m. I'm not sure about Friday actually. Do we do Friday? Saturday and Sunday we've got a crypto session. They're usually early hours in the morning. Well, not early hours, but I think anything between 6 and 8. They sometimes change times, but it's literally, I know it's like I say, very broad, very open question, guys. It's literally, this session is for you.
Have you got any tips on how you trade with try? Because obviously I've only really mainly been doing these newbie ones, and I think it's Dean that normally does it, and he only really does it for surge candles, doesn't he? I don't know if there's any other tips that you've got that you normally do, or
yeah, I can do it. Share. Jesus, this was bright. Yeah, obviously everyone's different. People trade in different ways. I don't know. Bitcoin is open, isn't it? There's Bitcoin.
I was just having a little play on it. Normally during the week it's fine, but
yeah,
the past hour doing it, it's been really laggy. Like it's been taking like 30 odd seconds to get my next candle up and stuff like that. Is that normal with cryptos, or is that just my computer being?
Try refreshing it. It usually solves it, but if not, there is sometimes a lag on it. If there's that much of a lag, just don't trade because it's far too much.
Obviously, with the currencies, we all use the FXCM, don't we, ones?
Yes.
Obviously, on that, it's like Kraken, Coinbase. Like, what's the best one to go for?
With cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
Binance. So see the top here, it says Bitcoin Tether. So you want it to, at the top right, it says BTC, USD, and then T. Yeah, for Tether US. It's just a better feed between the base option and trading view. And then just make sure you're clicking on the Binance one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you all know about the Heikinashi candles. You need your settings, your candles need to be up here. Heikinashi. Let me turn try on.
What's the difference with the candles? Sorry,
That's right, no problem, mate. So your standard candles, are these ones. Let's turn try off for now. So these are just standard candles. Sorry, I don't want to insult anybody. I don't know how much you know about Forex, guys. So green is up and red is down. Yeah, so that's what you're looking for. You can change the colors if you wish to. If you want to change them, you just double click on it and then it comes up with different colors if you want to change it. That's a standard candle, which is literally, as it says on the tin, is a standard candle, and it shows where the candle opened and where the candle closed. So the red and the green part, that is called a candle, and then the body part, and then the small white things coming out either side, they're called wicks. The most important part really is the body, because that is where the true price action is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
what's the difference between the standard ones and the Heikinashi?
Yeah, so Heikinashi, they're exactly the same pretty much, but Heikinashi always opens 50% of the previous candle. Okay. So for example, this one here, 50% of that obviously is halfway, so it's opened 50%. So it kind of gives you a slight advantage, only milliseconds really. So when this one closed, we knew obviously halfway would be there. So we knew the next candle would open there. Halfway of this one, the next candle opened there. Yeah, halfway of this one, the next green candle opened halfway of it. Yeah, so that's all Heikinashi is, and I couldn't really tell you what the difference is other than that, but it just seems to be working a lot better with the strategy of HFX and Try's indicator.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I was a bit confused when I saw those for the first time because I was expecting the next candle to kind of start where the previous one finished.
Yeah.
How can that happen? If that makes sense.
Yeah, so some may have, if you're on your phone or on an iPad, you may not be able to see this, by the way, guys, or you may have something like this on. So if you're looking for the candles or you might even have a line on. Very common. It opens if you first registered. Very common. It starts like this. So ideally, you need to get on a laptop, or if you're on your phone, try and tilt it so it's lengthwise, and then you should be able to get that object up there and just click on Heikinashi. And yeah, in regards to trading, I typically take 5-minute trades. Yeah, so I've been doing Forex for about 21 months. This is HFX, so I don't know if people know the difference between Forex and HFX, so I won't go into it. But Forex is very, very time consuming. I used to spend about 3 to 4 hours per day on the charts, which this now seems like heaven. Yeah, so you can make literally money in minutes. So I just, personal preference, you may all feel different way. 1 minute is too fast for me. Yeah, I like to give the trade that little bit of extra time to breathe. Yeah, so I have tried it. I did 1 minute trades and I've had success with it. How long? October, December, January, about 4 months. And then about end of January, start of February, I changed over to 5 minutes, and I started to see a big difference. So for example, what Sean will teach you and what it's set up as. So we've got a push up. Obviously, you've got a big platform there. If you don't know what that is, that's resistance, the ceiling. Yeah, so again, I don't know where your level of stuff is with Forex, guys, but just imagine a house. So obviously you've got walls either side, and obviously we need the floor, and then we need the ceiling, yeah? So that's your house, okay? So the red ones at the top are resistance, are your ceilings, whatever you want to call them. The actual proper terminology is resistance. And then we've got the floor here, which is the green ones. Yes, that's your supports. Obviously, it's supporting the candle. It's holding the candle up, which is support. And at the top is resistance. Yeah, so it's come up, hit resistance, which means all Forex is, the charts, is sellers versus buyers. It's a massive game of tug of war. Yeah, so let's say, for example, we have 70 million people selling at any one point, and then we've only got, let's say, 40 million. That's a terrible fall. With 40 million pushing up, who's going to win? It's simple. There's 30 million people, more people selling. So which way is the market going to go? Down. Yeah. So just if we go to war with 3,000 people, and let's say Japan have got 50,000 people, it's it's a game of probability. There's a very good chance, obviously, Japan are going to win. Yeah. So it's just exactly the same. So just try and keep it. It's very tedious, and the examples I give are very basic. It sometimes feel like I'm talking to a 5-year-old, but that's all trading is. You just got to keep it very, very simple and very basic. Please don't overcomplicate it, because all the market is doing is up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, and if you can master that, which way it's going to go, then you're onto a winner. So yeah, like I was saying, up here, hit the resistance. The important one then is the indecision candle. The actual proper name for it is it's called a doji. So if you want, go on YouTube and find stuff about the doji, how it moves, why it moves, and what does it do, what does it, when it comes up. It typically means a change of direction in the market. Yeah, so a doji, obviously we're in a very, very small uptrend here. A doji, what happened? Down. Yeah. So it's just, again, here, up, up, up. Doji, what happens? Change of direction, down. Yeah, so that's what we're looking for. Okay, so it hits resistance, and we know that has happened because we're waiting for this candle, we're watching this candle, and then we're looking for the flat top, yeah, to take a sell. So this is slightly too close to the EMA. So see the green and the red line that goes through the middle. Yeah, this is too close to the EMA, because what typically happens, let me change this to 5 minutes. What typically happens is this is your path. I'm not sure if a lot of you have got kids, sons or daughters. So let's say, for example, mummy and daddy are going for a walk on the path. What happens? Your little girl or boy runs away, hopefully not too far. But what happens then? They always come back. Oh, Jesus, this chart. They always come back, right? So again, it's not a great terminology, but we're here. The price pulls away, comes back down to here. What does it do? Comes back to mummy and daddy on the path. Yeah. Again, pushes off, runs away, comes back. Look at that, perfectly. Comes down, hits it. See that there? That red wick hits the green line. And again, up and down, pushes away, pulls back. You can call it home, or I call it a magnet sometimes. That's what it is. It's just pulling, and that's again the sellers versus the buyers. Whoever's in control wins, basically. Yeah. So yeah, going back to what I do. So the concept is exactly the same. So you, as what Sean does. So you're still looking for a downward movement. Yeah, and I quite like a big gap between how far current price is back to the EMA, back home. Yeah, so that gap there is enough breathing space, if you like. Yeah, because typically, well, we know if you're good at reading the market, which you will do, it's just a matter of time. If that is that far down, what's going to happen? We know, I've just told you, it's going to come back at some point pretty soon. So again, you're just adding to your probability of it coming back up. So therefore, we're looking for buys. Yeah, so if we were quite up high, which like this one, up here, up high here, we know it has to come back down, back to home. Which way does it go? It has to come back down. Yeah, so we know we're going to be looking for sells. Yeah, so this one you could have taken. So again, not ideal, but this is again just trial and error, back testing it. Just do this, go over the charts yourself and see how it turns out. So we're looking at resistance, indecision candle. So the doji there, the green one. So a wick either side is called the indecision, a flat top. So I would be getting in for 5 minutes. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles.
You still have the same principle where you wouldn't do a sell above the EMA.
Yes. Yeah. I do sometimes, but you know the retracements, but not very. No, sorry. Yeah. So I typically do the retracements usually. Let's find one.
It's what you expect that you. This is sort of fibs in it. How you go about trading.
No, I don't do fibs. Jason and Matthew do. Matty and Jason Deeps, they do fibs. Yeah, so that's a different strategy again. I do exactly the same as Sean, but just on a 5 minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they do 5 minutes as well. They take 5 minute charts.
I also watched your video the other day on YouTube, and you said obviously saying about the resistance and support, right? That obviously the longer it is, the stronger it is. But
yeah,
when I went onto my demo, just practicing it, obviously that resistance and support is only as small as like the last candle, isn't it? So how can you determine how long it's going to be? Can you do that?
You can't current price, no, and that's the only sort of downfall. So what you need to be doing is we always look left to trade right. Yeah, so this area here straight away stands out for me, because we've got, so if current price was here in this zone, I know looking left, we got a platform there, a platform, a platform, a platform. So this comes down to this area. I know with anywhere within this green box, there's a strong support here because of prior history. Okay. Yeah, so there's a good chance if everything else falls into our category to take the trade. That's just again adding to our armor, which it did do. Let's delete all that. So rather than using lines, I think lines narrows it down massively. So people are trying to get the pin perfect line. Yeah, so I like to use zones because that's how the market moves. It moves in zones. Yeah, so mark the zone out. So now we know there's a major support. It's called key levels. Yeah, or like that. I didn't even check. 59,700, 59, 800, 59, 900, 60,000, so forth. Yeah, so you got, and every 50s. So every quarter, every 50, and every 100 is very, very important. Yeah, so we've got, so key levels, where we at? Yeah, we've got 59,750, that's a key level. 59,800, that's a key level. Where I'm at now, 59,700, that's a key level. And this is where the banks manipulate the market on purpose, which is borderline, well, it is legal. 59,600, 59,650. They're all key levels. And look how it respects that area so much. Yeah, so here, and don't worry, just because the wick has pushed, that's showing how much strength that key level has got. It's got all these people trying to push through that key level, but it's just not happening. Yeah, it's touched it again there. Look at that touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pretty much 9 touches there. So you know there's a major support sitting here. Yeah, with the key level. So we'd be looking for buys. Yeah. So
Jay, so I'm exactly like you, mate. I mean, I've been in 3 weeks now, and I've been really struggling with the try on the 1 minute because, like you, it's just too fast for me. So I've been looking at fibs, having a go at that, and this week, putting it bluntly, if I threw a dart, it'd miss the dartboard. I've had a real shit week.
Okay.
Beating myself up, thinking, oh, I should be better than this. I should be, better than this. But I like your idea there of the 5 minutes. So could you just explain, mate, your key points when you'd enter again, just so I could have a look at that? Because the 1 minute with me, I'm finding I'm just getting spiked out, and I'm not quick enough. So if you could, mate.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
I'm feeling
So I'd be so looking left, I'd be obviously drawing this out the key level first. So again, if you've been doing the 1 minute, mate, it's exactly the same concept. So all you're looking for is a downward to hit resistance, an indecision candle, which we got here. So this, I would be getting into this all day long. Yeah, because I know there's major support down here. Yeah, so there's a probability, let's say 75% chance it's going to push up rather than 25% down. Yeah, this is again, it's just being able to read the charts, which will come. It won't take you long to being able to read it.
What point would you have got in on that one?
I was just about to say. So, yeah, hit the support. So you got to wait for your indecision candle, right? So this one was our first one, but this one didn't open as a flat bottom, right? So we wouldn't take it. So we've got an indecision here as well. And then this one opened flat bottom and very, very strong candle. Yeah, so this is on a 1 minute time frame. I'm doing my analysis all on 1 minute. So I would have taken that. So that's 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minutes. So we entered here and we ended up here. So look at the gap, look at the win, the massive gap. And as soon as I've just said it now, you'll be able to spot it straight away. So up. There's no indecision.
So sorry, mate, when you enter, so after that indecision candle, as soon as that next candle has opened, would you enter the trade right there and then, or would you leave it a little bit, start pushing? Because I've found is I'm leaving it a bit, it's pushing up, then I'm entering, and I'm entering the candle at the top end of it, and then on the next candle it's sort of spiking me, retracing a little bit.
Yeah. Ideally, if you can be very quick, it's kind of it's like a catch-22 really. We're saying one thing but don't do the other. It's a bit weird. If you can be as quick as possible to get in, because that will happen, otherwise you're watching it, and all of a sudden you're getting in here, and the next candle pulls you back down, like you say, you've just lost the trade. So but then we also need to leave it maybe 4 to 6 seconds to see what the actual candle is trying to do. So this one seemed like it opened pretty strong. I don't know because it's not live. Well, let's see if you can do a replay. It's Bitcoin, isn't it? Oh, you can't do replay on. That won't work. But yeah, but that's the benefit of 5 minutes. Yeah, so even if you get in here right at the top of this candle, you still 5 minutes from there would take you 1 minute, 2 minutes. That's your third minute, your fourth minute, and that is your fifth minute up here, that candle. So we got in here, and if it does this, where's it going to end up? 5 minutes is all the way up here. Yeah, win. Let's find another one. There you go. Down here, indecision. So there, somebody was asking earlier on about the platform's resistance. There's 2 separate ones there. Yeah, so maybe let's just look a little bit left, see what's going on. Nothing major really. You can put key level lines in if you wish. I'll go over that just shortly now. So here we're looking downwards as hit resistance. So we know there's, it's not fantastic, it's quite small, but it's still a resistance, support, sorry, even. And this shows, so this again is being able to read the market. Yeah, so the only way you be able to learn all this is getting on the academies. People, they will teach you all this, how to read candles. So this here is shorter. Yeah, so this candle here is shorter than this one. So it shows signs of exhaustion. It's trying to push down, but it's failing. So it's just burning out. It's got no strength left in it. Yeah. So we've got our indecision here. What happens? Flat bottom, green candle. That's your first minute there. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes in, that candle all the way up there. Yeah, so it's a big win, really. It's a big, because if we were taking just this one, the win is only between here, right, and here. It's slightly too tight for me, and it's too fast.
That's exactly what was happening with me.
You know, the first candle after the indecision to try one, are you waiting for that to pass the previous wick, or are you just getting in it even if it's below?
No, ideally you want it to, same idea, same concept as Sean again, you need it to be able to break the previous wick, because the same idea can happen. It can open here and then obviously flop. So you need a good strong candle.
Do you used to look at like the daily trends or the last few hours to
I will typically go on the 1 hour and get a general where's the chart? General sense of direction. So here I wouldn't buy any, I wouldn't sell any at all here. The only thing I'd be taking is buys, because you just, it's again, it's a bit daft of a explanation, but you imagine you falling into a river. Which way do you want to swim to survive? You're going to go swim against the tide, or you're going to swim with the tide? Yeah. So if we're pushing upwards, why do you want to try and push resistance downwards and go against 80% of the market? You're just fighting against a massive. That's a big bullish run, upwards run. But some people may argue, yes, they do pull back here, like up, pulls back down, up, pulls back down, up, pulls back down. Yeah, so generally I'll see the overall direction and go with the wind, if that's a thing. I was talking about key levels early on as well.
Would you only go in it if it's also close to the Bollinger Bands, or would you say it's like floating in between the middle of the SMA or the Bollinger
No, you don't want to get in the middle at all. It's too close to the SMA is no good. So the wider the Bollinger Bands, the better.
Yeah.
Any of this stuff here, you can see all this sort of stuff. This is sideways consolidation. Stay away from that. It's not a good market. Look how it's far too close to the EMA. Anything sideways, you're not going to get much price action from it. Something else that Sean teaches, and they are quite good, is the breakout zone. So if you draw that box out, let's do it properly. A bit messy. So let's do that zone there. So you can see it's everything was in. Like these stuff, guys, don't worry about that. That's just like 2 wicks. Yeah, you're never going to get a perfect trade, perfect chart. It's never going to happen. Remember, this is a $7.3 trillion a day finance market. So price is about to, a little bit here and there is nothing. So just get the overall trend and price in there, price action. As soon as you see your breakout, that's just something that you can test on a demo, maybe if you wish. As soon as you see the breakout, either way, you can take up or down. Ideally up, obviously, because we're going with the trend. Yeah. So as soon as it breaks out your box, if we were going for sells, obviously we'd be going downwards. But as soon as that green candle, that's a surge candle. So you may have different colors, but my red ones turn to pink. My green ones turn into sort of lime colored, light green. Let me delete all this. Does that make sense? But go on.
Do you still get into trades when it's trending?
How do you mean?
Like, I know some people call it trending. It's basically like a bigger version of consolidating. Whereas you get like 5 or 6 candles that aren't massive, but they're basically like middlish sized candles, but it's going up and down, and the sort of channel's quite wide. Would you still get in those because there's still room for enough time to get in?
Ideally, no. Anything in a channel, if it's in sideways consolidation, no matter how big it is, I really wouldn't be getting into it.
Yeah.
Like this here, this section here, that's pretty much, that's from here in the zone here, that's sideways until it breaks out, which it did do in this area. Then I'd be looking at sells and buys. It's just flat. You're just going against. What would you say? It's just not adding value to your trade, really. You know, it's just flat. Yeah, you may win one. You know, it's like here, it's come up, hit resistance, indecision, flat. But again, it's too close to the EMA. So ideally, you shouldn't be taking that. But if you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, we got in here. Let's say we got in here on this candle, and it was end up down there. That compared to what we were doing 5 minutes ago, the one 5 minutes ago was like, you know, that sort of size, wasn't it? So again, the clearance is not massive. So anything sideways, I really wouldn't take it. So this is a good one here. Again, draw your zone out. We know previous support is down here. So let's do a zone down here. So it's pushed up, come back down, wick, 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 wick. Yeah, so wicks are important if you can try and identify them. So what was it again? What it's showing you is signs of weakness, because the body is the most important part. Yeah, if the body was down here, then it would mean the market's pushing down. But all the wick is like evidence that the body has tried to push down, but it's failed, and it's just a line, like, you know how airplanes go through the sky. There's a bit like a trail, isn't there? I know it didn't stay there forever, but that the wick is pretty much the same thing. It's a trail of evidence that the candle tried to push down, but it failed. Yeah, it just couldn't. It wasn't strong enough to push through here, which means the buyers are in control, because the tug of war again, buyers are pushing up against the sellers. Yeah, so we know wick, 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 indecision, flat bottom, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, we got in here, up here. Go on.
Jace, just another quick question, mate. So, you know, we've had a good downward push. We're below the SMA. The candles are, you know, getting shorter, and you know it's losing momentum. Then we get that indecision. We're well below the SMA. The indicators are telling us we're oversold, and you know they're starting to turn back up. Would you then take a buy below the SMA, because you know everything's telling you that it's going to go back to that SMA?
Yeah, I would do. Indicators, you notice on my screen, I don't use them. It was playing with my mind too much. I don't know how you guys feel, but I was thinking, shit, that was a good opportunity there, and then I was thinking, oh, let's get in it, and then, oh no, I can't, because A, B, C, D, and F were saying not to get into it. They're good to start off with, just to ground you and get some core foundations, but you know, I get to the stage now, I just feel it plays with my mind too much, and I've sort of back tested it, and I thought, well, let's leave the chart play out and see what happened. And 9 times out of 10, my gut feeling, if I would have gone with the trade, they would have won, and the indicator told me not to. But yeah, going back to your question, mate, yeah, the further away it is better, really, because it's all it's doing is it's a slingshot, just lining up. Yeah, like up here, it's a big drop to go back down to home. Yeah, so if everything that lines up, then yeah, you know, just being able to read the market, there's a very, very good chance that this has to drop at some time, and the same with buys. Yeah, so that is a perfect trade there. Yeah, very, very far away from the EMA. We've just had a big run, so they're not going to last forever, are they? So the big surge candles pushing up, 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 up. What happens? The big boys turn up, the sellers take over, we hit resistance, we get our indecision candle here, the green one, the darker coloured one, and then a flat top. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Well, that was quite close actually, but still with a one. Yeah, but usually when you take them 5 minutes, it's a massive clearance. You're just giving that extra little bit of space. I've tried 3 minutes and 5 minutes, 3, 4, and 5. I was taking a 3, a 4, and a 5 all at the same time on a demo. I took 100 trades on each one, and I was seeing a lot more success with the 5 minutes. The four is okay, but just remember on race option, guys, as soon as you click 5, the timer starts to drop and drop and drop. So you can go anything between, let's say, 4 minutes and 15 seconds and 5 minutes. Anywhere, it doesn't have to be bang on 5 minutes. As you can see, it's just enough to make it smooth, really.
Jason, can I just stop you there for a second? You see it's 6 o'clock next to 28. 6 o'clock in the morning, down by the bottom on the timeline. You see how it's coming down, and then it goes into an indecision, and then an indecision up candle. Then you got the try.
Yep.
Would you have go left? Sorry,
this one.
Left again. That one there, yeah. Would you have got in there? So it's coming down, and then it's hit the resistance at the bottom. Indecision, change colour. Another indecision, then it's another try going up. Would you have got in there?
No, because one, the candle did not open above this wick.
Oh, yeah.
And it's far too close to the EMA.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you only got that tiny little bit of breathing space for it to, because if you would have taken it, and well, exactly what it's done, if you would have taken it, what it's done is come up, it's respected the EMA, what's happened? Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we don't really take them, because this is powerful. It is very powerful, the EMA. It comes back to it, but it also can bounce off it exactly like it's just done now. The small candles, don't like them. They're no good. Yeah, so the big fat juicy ones, they're the best ones. The bigger ones. There's more. All it means, the bigger the candle, the more volume is in it, the more people that's backing you, and the trade. This was a big push down. Nothing there. Just keeps on pushing.
You got in just before 6 o'clock, near the top left of the screen.
Up here.
Yeah, just to the right, 4 candles. So you've had 3.
Yeah, 3 indecisions. No, because that's major indecision. It's like the candle's a bit drunk. It's like don't know which way to go. Oh yeah, don't know which, or still don't know which way to go. It could have gone either way. Anything you're not sure of, just don't take it, or practice it on demo and see what happens, and then you get the real answer.
You're only really looking for one indecision then. Anything more than that's a bit of a no-go.
Yeah, you want it sort of very compact, because as soon as it pushes up, indecision, and then it makes the decision, the next handle, bang, you need to be straight in. It's a bit like boxing. The faster you can get your punches in, the better you're going to be, sort of thing, in the ring. So as soon as it's up, bang, hits resistance, indecision, bang, flat top, flat bottom, in straight away. Yeah, because there's momentum behind it. What we're doing here is, it's only small, but it's still a sideways consolidation. It's a sideways market. Yeah, so it's not great. And we're too close to the EMA again. And so unfortunately, it's a game of patience, unfortunately, guys. This here is far, far too wicky, all this stuff here. So the wicks, either side's massively wicky, because what race option there is going to be doing is this. Yeah, you just don't want to trade that. It's a bit of a bull in a china shop. Sorry, guys, this is a lot about try. It's going to be I guess you're all new. You still want to learn. But any other questions in the funding your accounts? I don't know what else we got. Going over trading view. Where do you find education?
I'll be fair. I've got one question about trading view.
Yeah, go on.
Basically, I'm trying to I'm trying to find what one is good for me. So I'm sort of trying to do a bit of fibs and a bit of try. But is there a way that you can sort of have like a fibs thing saved and your try thing saved, so I can just click between the two?
So your fib is actually drawn. You have to manually.
Oh no, it's more like on my chart, so I can get rid of all of this, like have all my settings and that saved onto like another page.
So if you don't want to try, just click on the little eye there, and it goes. That's it.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then I can just change it. Yeah.
You can have your favorites bars at the top. So all the stuff that I like to use are there. So the fib, bang, straight away.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, sounds good. That
so if that's not working, then bang, back to try, and it's back on. Yeah, but with the fibs, remember you need to have normal candles on.
Yeah.
Not the high flashing. Any other questions? I've got anything in the comments? More in the chat. Been having a trade today on the crypto market, Litecoin, 3 wins, 5 losses, so not great. I know what to look out for, but what I'm struggling with is when exactly to take the trade. I was making calls above the SMA, okay, with CMF and divergence pointing straight up and the flat bottom candle pushing above the wick. The previous sorry, John Randall. I don't know. Has that been answered for you, mate? That was nearly half an hour ago, isn't it, when you asked that question? Just 1 5-minute trade on demo. Fantastic, Will. Well done, mate. Just practice. I would say 100 on demo and see how you get on. And make sure people, again, it's very boring, very tedious. Make sure you're writing every single trade down on a piece of paper or on Excel. Why? Because you can go back and see. You can pick out. Let's say we did 10 trades on AUD JPY, Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, or let's say we did also 10 trades on CAD JPY, Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen, and we did 10 trades on Bitcoin. Out of them 3 different pairs, if we won 10 out of 10 on Bitcoin, it's not a great media, is it? It's only 10 trades, but let's take a whole year if you like. If you do it on a spreadsheet, obviously you can, if you're good with Excel, you can manage them all out and you can see what your win ratio and stuff is. So you can just compare each trade. If we won, let's say 4 out of 10 on the CAD JPY, maybe 6 out of 10 on this one, then, oh, maybe I should be concentrating on Bitcoin because that's where you're getting more success with. So ideally, all I trade is 3 different pairs. That's it. Yeah. So you need to understand how they move, what time they move, the way they move, how the candles open at certain times of the day. For example, every hourly, you typically get a good strong candle. Like here at 12 o'clock, bang on 12 o'clock, you get big strong candles. That's majorly news from it.
How do you pick the pairs? Because at the moment for me it's just pot luck. But
yeah, whatever really suits you, which is, I'm not really answering your question, sorry, but
okay.
Like CHF pairs, so that's the Swiss franc. I absolutely hate it. It's too slow for me. I've never liked it. It's just trial and error, and that's the unfortunate part where people give up in Forex, because it's just not massively time consuming. But you can choose any pair, really, mate. Cool. If you want to stick to the same as ones as Sean, he does AUD JPY and AUD CAD. Yeah, so they're pretty much the only 2 he ideally trades. Try with. I think he does chop and change. It does also reflect on how much is kicking back from race option. So on race option on the left hand side, it will say kicking out 70%, 80%, 83%, 76%. So I don't trade anything below 75%. So Bitcoin, typically between 11 p.m. and about 2 a.m. it kicks out about 82% or 85%. So that's when I trade. Why then? Just personal preference. Kids are in bed, missus is not haggling me, missus can moan at me. I get my own time, no distractions. It is really important that if you can, even half an hour a day, just sit down. If the kids are in school or missus in work or whatever, obviously I know a lot of people are home now with COVID stuff, but on furlough. But if you can set aside half an hour, no music, no TV. I even put my phone on airplane mode because I'm concentrating on my trades. I'm not what's happening. I'm doing this. My phone's here. Ping, ping, ping. It's going off. Facebook, WhatsApp. I'm going back. Oh shit! I just placed a trade. Yeah. So you have to be fully engrossed in it. And if you've got issues with focusing on one thing, have you got one? No. What I typically do is get a candle flame and just concentrate on that candle flame. Do not move your eyes off it for 5 minutes, ideally 5 minutes. Try and do it every day. I've been doing it for about 3 months now. My focus is strange how the mind works. That's just something I just learned from somebody. Just get a normal candle, light it, and just concentrate on the flame. You're in a relationship with that candle for 5, 6, 7 minutes, as long as you can, ideally. Yeah. It's massively psychological stuff, but it does help. It's helped me anyway. Simon, the 5 minute trade seems to make more sense if you're starting as you wouldn't as quick with your trade. I will try that tomorrow. Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, it does make more sense because It's just giving it that extra bit of breathing space. Our analysis usually is right. How many times, I'm sure a lot of you have been on the race option, and on the 1 minute chart, what happens is we enter up here for a buy, goes up, bang, takes you out, you lose. What happens then? Bye, and you would have won if you were in it for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Yeah, so that's what I sort of picked up as well. If this stuff is playing with me, the charts are taking me out, go in and stay in it for longer. So it just, I typically find that quite often. Get in here, and it does take a bit of a squeaky bum time. Sometimes, oh shit, it's going to lose. But because you're in it for 5 minutes, that's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, we end up here. Just give it that breathing space. The charts will do what it wants to do.
That's really, really good advice, Chase. Because I was not under the impression. I thought it was like the rule that to work this try it had to be a minute, and that's where I've been getting so disheartened, because like every time, I know I'm only really early days in, but every time it's taken me out right at the last 5 seconds. I'm like, for fuck's sake, if I was like that little bit longer, I might have got the trade. So that's really good help, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, mate. But yeah, please, like you say, you've only been in 3-4 weeks. Please just stick at it, guys. If you're struggling, reach out to people. I don't mind doing one-to-ones. I can go over this again with you, or send you some recordings. But I've been doing it for 21 months, and I'm still learning stuff. Yeah, so 21 months in, I'm still learning. So when people say to me, I've been doing it for 2 days, and I'm not getting success with it, I've taken 80 trades or whatever. Yeah, so. I've been doing this since October, the HFX stuff, but Forex side of stuff. In regards to putting your, let's close that off. So if you want, you can put key levels in. So the ones I was talking about early on, so the 57, 58, 56, so forth. To identify the key levels, what you're looking for is, if you put a line in here, do you get much touches? Yeah, so there's 1 touch there. There's 1 touch here. There's a bit of play here. What happens? Pin perfect comes back down to here. So if we put try on now, there you go, look at that. So let's turn try off. I leave these lines in usually. Okay, so these are called, again, support and resistant lines. So as well as try, they're only small temporary ones, but I put my full ones in. So here, we'll concentrate on here, right? That area. What happens now? As soon as we try on, look at that. So we've got our support level, and then we've also got a small little support level off the try indicator, small little green platform, as well as our long orange support. So it's just, you got 2 confirmations basically. Yeah, the more confirmations you get, the better. So let's take that off. So what you're looking for is just literally go with your, see the cross, the one, as in your mouse, go with that and see where it touches. Look at that. So here, 1 touch. What happens? 2 touch. Perfect. Yeah, you may think this is no good to you, but further down, there you go. See. Again, just because it's slightly out, don't worry about it. See what else is down here. Let's just move them. They go back and put these in. There you go. So here. So there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks there. Yeah, respected that line. You can do this on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Yeah, because it gives you overall major support and resistant lines. So I can spot them straight away. Yeah, bang, there's one there. 1 bit higher up. And don't worry, they're so clustered together, because when you go drop it down to 1 minute, you won't be able to even see these. Yeah, because I put that one there. There's a touch there, touch here, touch there, touch there. You see that green candle there, green wick? Let me zoom in for you. That there, this one here, pin perfect. It touches. So if we were looking for buys and it came down to there, what's it done? Come down, bounced off. Yeah, if you're really going for buys, that's just just an added confirmation. Yeah, it's in that zone again. I love zones, not just lines. So it's within them 2 lines now. There you go. Look at that. touch.
Jace, with that as well. So I know when you go and do your support and resistance, say on the 1 hour, 4 hours. So one of the things I also struggle with as well. You say I'll go up to the 4 hour and it's in a right overall downtrend. Then you go to like the 1 hour and it's in an uptrend. What would you really class that as? Would you class that as the 1 hour or the 4 hour overall?
The bigger the time frame, the more dominant. So you should be taking the overall. So the dailies, that's the big daddy. Yeah, the 4 hours, the big mama, and then the 1 hour is the smaller time frame, the less powerful it gets, if you wish, because on the 4 hour, like you say, it could be going upwards, but then if you drop it down to the 1 hour, or the way, 4 hour and 1 hour, you get zones, trades. Oh my God, I can't speak. You get ups and downs, trends within the 4 hour, if that makes sense. So the 4 hour here, but then we've got, so they're called major and mini trends. Okay, so here we've got downward, little downward going. Yeah, see here, pushing down. And don't be scared to put a channel in as well. I'll do that. Okay, so you just draw a little channel. Just play with it. Just literally be like a 5-year-old on Art Attack. Just do drawings. All this stuff, you'll get used to it. So what's happening is imagine you've got a little bouncy ball up and down. It's pinging in between the lines. It stayed within there and then broken out of here. What's happened? Come back to our support level that we put in maybe 2 years ago. You'd be very, very surprised how far back it goes and how far forward it will respect it. Let's see what happens. We put try on. There you go. Yes, it is on a 1 hour, but it'll still be there on the 1 minute. So green little platform. What's it done? It's pretty much pin perfect to our 1 hour and 4 hour supports. Yeah, so they're very, very, very strong. Yeah, so that is just shy of a key level, 49,968. So our key level would be 40. What would it be? 46 and 7, would it? 47 dead. Yeah, so that's your major key level, 47. Yeah, so if you want, you can put a level in there as well. So let's do that properly. Double click, coordinates, let's round it off to 47. There you go. Where were we? Yeah, so again, it's just the added confirmation. We put that support level in there, and we just find out now it's very, very close to the key level. So it's even stronger. So the next key level will be 47,050, 47,100, 47,150, and so forth. It goes up in 50 increments, if that makes sense. This will work on which of the IM Academy videos presents would you recommend for the newbies? So if you go on your, let me show you, what's it called, IM Academy. Go on your im.center, log into this, and go on the go live on the left hand side. Let's close this. Click on HFX. That's the pack that you should have. And then this one, these people here. Yeah, these are very, very, very good. They're all good, but this is who a lot of us follow, and they teach. They teach a lot of what we follow really. Dr. Joshua Lee and Brandon Boyd. They're very, very good. Have a look at Litecoin. When would you get in? Litecoin, LTC, BTC. So I'm guessing you're talking about try, right, Will? On the 1 minute. That's a big drop. Simon, I'm guessing you're talking about the sessions from the academy, yeah? Every single session that they do is recorded. Yeah, so if you click on them, I don't think mine will work because I got a different pack to you. Yeah, I'll show you on the, I got the Forex pack. Go live. So 4x. So we click on, obviously you'd be clicking on Dr. Joshua Lee. So if you click on any educator, they've all got recorded sessions and they've all got, why is this one not working? God, let's choose another one. They should all have, there you go. So every single session that they do is recorded with a date below it. Obviously it starts with the most recent going backwards. But the ones, if you want to learn, which the Dr. Joshua Lee ones, you ideally need to be clicking on their favorite sessions. What that is, they've picked out the best videos that they think will help as much as possible. Because if you go on the recorded sessions, there's going to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And people are like, well, which ones do we watch? So they've cherry picked their favorites. Yeah, so we just watch them ones. Their favorites, there's not many there to watch. Yes, they're an hour long, but usually there's about 10 to 12 videos on every one. Sorry, I was on Litecoin, wasn't I? When would I get in? I don't know. Are you talking about this here? Or in general, mate? Who was that? Will, isn't it? Yeah, Will. All this here in general. Okay, so it's exactly the same concept, mate. I've just gone over. It works on every pair, no matter if it's cryptocurrency or general pairs. So up here we've got resistance, massive indecision candle, big flats. It is close to the EMA, but it's a big strong candle. Yeah, so that's just 50-50 on what you believe would work out. That's just kind of common sense. You think, well, that's a big strong candle, so ideally you would be thinking it's going to push down, which it did do. Yeah, so it's up to you. You just got to weigh it up there and then, guys, and go with your gut whether you feel it's worth taking. So if you got in on that one, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, ended up down there. You cleared it all day long.
Would you ever do more than one trade on one drop, or would you always wait for it to sort of come back again before you put another one on?
No, just do a single one, mate, because if you're going to lose, if that trade loses and you've got 4 trades on, 6 trades on, you've lost 4 or 6 trades. Yeah, I have done it. I've been cocky and it's bit me in the ass. Yeah, so I bought on like 8 trades at once. I thought, oh, I've just been greedy, mate, really. Just trying to think, oh yeah, if it's working, because you could take like 50 trades and they all win, but if you put like 5 trades on it all at once, guarantee they'll bloody lose. It's just the devil's advocate, as they call it. But look at this here. This is all just sideways. Yeah, just throw your box out. All these tools are here, guys. Use it. All it's doing is just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, breakout is good. It's broken out and then gone up. There's a perfect one for you up there. So come up, push up here, hit resistance, indecision, flat top. Nice and far away from the EMA, really. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, so we entered here. This work one. Entered up here. We finished down here.
So what does the EMA actually stand for? Is it sort of like, is it the moving? What is it? Just like the middle road where it wants to pull back to all the time?
Yeah, so it's the EMA is the exponential moving average. What it does, it takes the last 20 candles, calculate it in milliseconds, and gives you a mean line, medium line, moving average, of the last previous candles. So what it does, obviously, like I say, it calculates very quickly. Whatever the line, it all calculates off this chart here on the do you remember, obviously, I'm sure you, was it mean, median, and something else in maths in school? I used to hate it. So you're just trying to find the median. Median's middle, isn't it? So it takes the last sort of previous 20 candles and then prints out the medium line, the middle line, if the general. So it takes like this candle up here, which is at 3665, and then it figures out where it closed, and then 3662. It does that, calculates what is in between, how many pips, what is the difference between top and bottom, does it with all 20 candles, and then prints this line out for you based on that. Takes the mean average, basically. Yeah.
And the two outer lines, the upper and lower lines, what do they represent, mate?
These red, or which ones are you talking about? Red and green ones? Or
On the
blue
bands,
ones?
yeah. So you got the middle line and then the two outer bands. What do they represent? Is that just where it's moving to?
Yeah, it's where price has been. So the Bollinger Band, I'm guessing this Blue River you're talking about, yeah? It's where price has been. So the wider it is, again, it's you could do it without it, but obviously it's fixed in. It's handy to have it. It's just showing you where price has been. So it's pushing down here, it's touched down here, come round, it's touched down here. So the wider the blue, obviously the further away the price is from the EMA, which we can use, because obviously we know if it's further away from the EMA, it's got to drop back to home at some point. If it was down here, it's got to come back up to the EMA at some point. Don't do that. I've done that a few times. Thought the blue line was the EMA. Yeah, so it's all this stuff is get it out of the way on demo, guys. That's what it's there for. Do your mistakes on demo. Any other questions? How long? You've been going an hour now, so.
So
No, that was a
you're
really
looking really for the retracements off the breakouts. So as it's like breaking out from consolidation or anything, the furthest it goes, the better for you, and then you'll get another retracement for a 5 minute or whatever the breakout is.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for the breakout at all, mate. You're talking about consolidation, yeah? And then the breakout.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't look for it at all. I just, when I spot it, I don't trade in that zone. So here, that's beautiful. You know, all ups, nice big moves. Sideways movements, breakouts. That's just an added extra. I wouldn't concentrate on that at the moment. That comes with a bit of skill, really, being able to know where it's going to come out and reading candles and stuff. But yeah, the general gist of what I do is just literally exactly the same as what you've been doing. I'm guessing you've all seen Sean's Sean's lives and stuff, how he trades. Just it's exactly the same concept. All you're doing is getting in for 5 minutes. It's exactly the same stuff. So that's all it is. So up, hits resistance, indecision, bang. As long as there's a flat top or a flat bottom, that's all. Yeah, but if it's within a sideways consolidation, which looks like this is slightly, I wouldn't trade it. It's just going nowhere. There's no price movement. Look how small these candles are. It's not great. If it's like this, I will literally go for a walk, go for a shower, go and have my food, go watch, I don't know, do anything, go emails, come back. What's happened then? Yeah, or it's a different market. And that wasn't long. That was only, let's see, take some price range. That there's only 47 minutes. Yeah, so it says 48 minutes here. So just go for a walk or whatever you want to do, come back, or even if you see this early on in the morning, don't know what time you guys trade, you see like 6, 7 a.m. in the morning, come back maybe at lunchtime, you may have something like this here. It's just you'll get to know, you'll get used to it. It's just experience, really. It's something we definitely can't teach. It just comes with time. Yeah, every pair works exactly the same, and again, I still do get losses. We all do. It does happen, unfortunately, but I just found this works a lot better. So what we're looking for, let's go. If you want to break it all down, or if you want to take a picture of this, so you've got it. So we've got the first thing would be this is how I do it. Number one is what do you call it? Inserts the supports, resistant lines on the 4-hour time frame or the 1-hour time frame. You can do both, but they're very, very close. So it's not really worth you doing both, to be honest. You can do if you want. So identify the trend. Yeah, so if you want to, obviously, if it's going upwards, you're looking for buys. If it's going down, you're looking for sells. What else we got? Number 3. So yeah, identify the trend. So you still need to check if what would you say? Check the movements or the momentum. How do you spell momentum? Momentum. Check the momentum. So a sideways consolidation, leave it. So if it's going upwards, that's great. If we're going downwards, that's great. We can take trades. Number 4 would be mark your zones out. So remember when I was doing these boxes, so look left to trade right. So mark your zones out, just so you got that's temporarily. So your little zones out. So you've obviously got your major lines in. Leave them in, yeah, because you'd be very, very, like I said earlier on, be very shocked. It might go another 6 months all the way up, and it'll come back down and respect that line again. It's amazing what it does. So mark your zones out. So that's number 5 would be what we got, and then we're looking for candle to hit the supports. Yeah, support or resistance area. Yeah, so like this up here. So this candle came up, hit resistance. And then 6 would be wait for the indecision. Yeah, wait for the indecision candle. Number 7 would be identify flat top or flat bottom. Obviously, the concept works both ways, guys, up and down. Number 8 would be identify within first, maybe let's say 3 to 6 seconds, if the candle is greater than the previous wick or candle. Yeah, and then pretty much 9 is take the trade for 5 minutes. That seems a lot, guys, but you know, that's obviously me typing it. You got 9 checklists really there that kind of puts everything into perspective, and you know, all it is at the end of the day is a calculated guess, guys. You know, that's all we're doing with Forex. We can't manipulate it. We can't say what it's going to do. So we've got 9 checks there. Let me click OK. If you want to take a picture of that, it's up to you. And move it to some black background. Make it bigger if you want, if you can't see it. 24, 32. Actually, I'll copy and paste it into the chat, and if you want to copy and paste it onto your chart, you can do. Or just add to it, take away from it. You know, some things you may not use, you may think, oh, that doesn't work for me, that works for me. Just take what you want from it.
Do you get into the trade at any time? So obviously with Sean, it's always like 45 seconds left. You wouldn't normally get in it because obviously you're going to be running to the next candle. For you, if it's a case of the candle goes past the previous wick, but it's like 10 seconds left within that candle, would you still get in it, or would you wait until the next one to see what it would do?
Ideally, I'd wait for the next one to see, because we're doing 5-minute candles. It's a bit more relaxed. You don't have to get in so sudden, if that makes sense. So with a 1 minute, you always are like trigger happy, like, oh, I got to get in, because it's quite a small window. Because what they're trying to do is catch that sudden quick move within that 1 minute time frame, and if they miss it, they miss it. So you could take it if your analysis is good and you think it'll go your way, because we've still got another 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes to allow the trade to make the move. But yeah, just let it play out. You know, if you're not sure, just stay out of it. You don't need to take 1,000 trades a week. You know, I used to do it. I used to take like 35 to 40 trades a day. You don't need to do it. You just take two good ones. Just wait an extra. There's millions and millions of opportunities going to come. Yeah. So the trade is never, the market's never going to go away. It's been going for nearly 500 years now. So there's plenty of opportunities. You're better off being in 2 good ones than 30 bad ones. Yeah. So just wait. We get paid to wait. That's all.
Do you ever take rollovers, Jason?
No, I've never used a rollover. Oh, I've used it about 4 times.
So if it's going to lose, you just let it run out.
Yeah. If your analysis is good enough, which I think mine is, and you're confident to take that trade, you took it for a reason. Yeah, so you believed it was going to win. Yeah, so I think rollover is a bit of a lazy lifeline. I know a lot of people do use it, but to me, I think, well, if you're going to take one and that's still losing, where do you stop? You're going to take another one. You're going to take another one. All of a sudden, you're in a trade then for 80 minutes. Yeah, and remember, it adds 30% on. So let's say we're on £10, it's going to add £3 on, and then I think it goes up, doesn't it, in increments? Even if it doesn't. If you take 3 rollovers, that's 90% on top of your £10. It doesn't sound much, but if you're doing that with £100, your trade's gone from 100 then to £190 stake. And if it's losing, to me, it just ends up in gambling then. You may as well go put 50 quid on black and red.
Do you do the same risk with the trades?
Yeah, 2%.
Is it 1 to 2%?
Yeah, 2%. If I'm very, very, very confident, which not really, I don't need to be honest. My account is, I used to go for 3% risk, just to, don't do it often if you're going to do it really, because again, you don't need to. But my account balance is there now. I only need to do really 2%. So people got different percentages. Just don't think of the money. That's the biggest tip I can tell you guys is don't go after the money. The percentage growth is far, far better, and the money will play with your mind. The percentage growth. I always think about percentage growth, thinking, shit, I've done like 11% this week. I get what, 0.5% a year in the bank. I always correlate it back to the bank, and then it sort of grounds me to think, oh, I've only done like 200 quid this week, or 80 quid this week, or whatever it is, 500 quid this week. I think, well, let's work it out. Work out the percentages and think, you know what, I've done 16% or 9% or 7%. And if you're up by the Thursday night, please don't go in on the Friday like some people do, and they lose it all and more. So if you're up, you're up. You think what, 10%, 15% a week is pretty much 6 weeks. You've doubled your account really. If you're doing 50%, so if you start with 1,000, you get up to 2,000. You double it. That's not the aim, no, but just slowly does it, guys.
Just one last thing, mate. Well, first of all, brilliant session, real knowledgeable. Thank you. But obviously, I'm practicing on my demo account. I intend to stay on it for a while. When would you obviously just recommend getting consistent first? Because I say I'm glad I'm on the demo because of my rates at the moment. Just get consistent, then think about doing like pound trades on the live account first. Is that what you'd recommend?
It's quite hard. My initial thought would be yes, to protect you and protect your money. But what I found was a demo, it wasn't my money. I was just fanning around with it. I think, oh yeah, I'll just put 2 quid. Oh, actually, I'll try 100 quid. What was happening then? I was going onto my real account, and I was putting £100 down because that was what I was used to on my demo accounts, and it's massively over leveraging. And I put my hands up. I've lost money. I've blown accounts. So if it does happen to you, sounds a bit daft, but it's part of the journey. It is part of the process. But yeah, I went then to a real account, but I grounded myself enough to only put £1 trades down. Yeah, I think the concept behind that was it was still my money, even though it was £1. You still want it to win, right? Because so you still putting your concentration into that £1. You're thinking, do you know what? It's only what, £1.70 back or 70p back profit. A win's a win, and if you get 10 of them on a bounce, you're very, very confident, and your confident level goes rockets. It just goes sky high. But then don't after 10 trades go up from £1 to 80 quid. Just risk management. That's all I can say. It's if you've got 100 quid in your account and you're risking 1%, you need to lose 100 trades to blow your account. Yeah, so that's the way. If you're doing 2%, obviously you need to lose 50 trades at a time, which I highly doubt you do. I've learned more this week by doing live trades at £1 or £2. Figured I'd spend more than that on a cake or coffee, so it's worth it to learn. Yeah, exactly, mate. I know it does add up, and people sort of think, oh, people are struggling these days with COVID and so forth. But we are doing us. We are we. You do you. Yeah. So whatever you need to do to crack it and make sure it works for you, just do it. And what's £1? It cost me bloody £2.80 to buy bloody milk for a little boy every day. So it's like you say, it's peanuts, isn't it? Cake, or Sean keeps on relating it to a toffee latte, is it? It's obsessed with McDonald's. But yeah, it's that's what my concept was. So hope that answers your question. Was, you know, demo was, it wasn't my money, you know. I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll play with it, I'll play with it, and I'll play with it. It's good to get practice, don't get me wrong. Please don't go on a live account straight away. I stayed on a demo for about 3 to 4 weeks. It got the mistakes out, and it's also good to play with £10, and it's also good to play with £200 stakes, because you can see what the potential of this can do. So if you're putting £200 stakes down, you're thinking, shit, I've just earned, you know, 150 quid in 1 minute or 5 minutes. It makes you, I think it makes you work a little bit harder, but you've got to know the balance. You've got to obviously realize, well, if I've only got 500 quid in my account, you can't be putting on £200 trades. You need what, 15, 20 grand in your account to do them sort of trades. Is it? Yeah, is it? I don't know. It's too late for maths. 10 grand would be 1%, 100 quid, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's about 10 grand. It's a lot of money. But yes, start low, guys. Just build it up. Yeah, so demo is definitely, please go on demo first to also get I think the concept is very simple. I think everybody understands the concept, how to trade it. All the issue is, we've all got the same issue, is entry points. Yeah, so if we can get up here and we know it's going to end up down there, then we would all do it, wouldn't we? But we don't know. You know, we don't know what's going to happen in between, or what's going to happen in the future. So that's the only issue that we've all got. Even me, you know, even like Matty Pips, I'm sure you've all heard us talking about him. He trades with a 9.6 million account now. So he has the same issue. Now, all we're doing is calculating. It's a calculated guess. Yeah, we've done our homework. We put 9 steps in place to try and weed out the losses. Yeah, and if they lose, so be it. We do get losses. That's life, unfortunately. Yeah, just the best thing is bounce from it. Keep on going. But please, two losses, walk away. Yeah, because you're just going to end up there going after trade after trade after trade after trade. You'll be chasing it, and then I've done it. You know, everything I speak about, it's all to do with experience. If you really want to know, I've blown 6 accounts. I won't tell you how much. It's well into the thousands. I'm still here because I know it works, and I'm now living proof. I proved to myself it works. Yeah, I'm making 4 figures a week now. So, you know, I've struggled. I've even been in tears. I've been in this chair, fucking crying to myself, thinking I can't do this anymore, because it plays with you. It does play with you. It's money. It's a horrible thing. It's a nasty thing. Yeah, we all chase it. It's nice to have it, but you know, after 2 trades, 3 accounts, 4 accounts, I thought I can't do this anymore. Can't do this anymore. I keep on telling myself, yes, you can. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, it's not a loss. It's a life lesson. So keep that in mind. Every time you lose, don't take it as a loss. It's a lesson. And if you look back, you need to understand why you lost. Do you mainly trade HFX, Jason? HFX, I would say about 20% of my trading is HFX now. I do a lot of Forex stuff. The HFX is fantastic. The only reason I don't do as much HFX now is because I lost a lot of confidence in Forex because I've blown accounts. And over time, I've been sat on HFX since October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, 4.5 months. I've only just gone back to Forex about 5 weeks ago. It hurt me. You know, I've got a bad relationship with Forex, but now my mind's in a better place. I'm doing better things. I've got a better sort of value to money, if that would make sense, approach to money. I wasn't not so stupid with it now. I've got a better. I used to be in a different team. So before I came over to Sean, I used to be in a different team. So I've got a better people behind me, around me, if you wish. They're very supportive. So you're very, very much in good hands here, guys. I find £1 on lives better than demo, as it makes me do more analysis. Whereas demo, I just go willy-nilly and get some money. That's a great decision. Yeah, that's exactly it, guys. It does that for me as well. Yeah, so I'll stop it there. Let me stop this recording.
Right, Jace, can I just ask you one question before you go?
Yeah, fire away, mate.
Do you use a trailing stop loss, or when you're setting your stop loss?
Yeah.
Would you advise always using a trailing stop loss, or do you not think it really matters that much? Or
It depends what strategy you're doing, and depends how much you know about market structure. So if you're going to do it, but it sounds like you know what you're doing, put your stop loss below the previous low. So let me show you.
Yeah.
So if we're taking a trade here, we're going upwards, it comes back down. Push it. If it did, didn't here, but if it did push up to here, I would move my stop loss from down here up to here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would move it instead of.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So put the first push up would be first push up to here. My stop loss would be moved to break even straight away. Yeah. Then it's a risk.
That's what I wanted, because I know I can move it so that I'm going to break even basically. Worst way in, I'm going to come out and it's not going to cost me anything.
Yeah.
That's cheers.
No problem. If you want to use a trailing one, typically it depends what pair it is. 10 pips for every pair, but typically on GBP pairs use 15 pips. It's a very fast paced. GBP pairs.
15, you're not 20.
15. You can do 15, 20. Depends. It start with 20, mate. As long as it's in profit, it's in profit. Just build it. It's all again down to experience and how you trade, really.
No problems. No problem.
Thanks ever so much for tonight, guys. Much appreciated.
That's okay, guys.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.